So that's our body off the bandsaw now, and you can see we've got it roughly shaped out now. You can see what the final instrument will look like. So what we'll do next is we'll reattach our template, and then we'll route around to get our final body shape. So we've reattached our template and we're just getting ready to route out the body, and we're just starting with these upper horns here. We're going to do them first, and because they get so narrow there's very little for the router to sit on to stay flat. So we've just got a piece of poplar, which is an offcut from the body here, and a piece of MDF, which is the same thickness as the template, and we're just using that to give the router some stability so it can get around these tight corners here. So we're going to route out that part first. We'll switch over and route out this part, and then we'll be able to route out the rest of the body. So we've routed out the upper half of the body, and we've established their outline here. So we're going to set up our router table now, and we'll do the bottom half of the body. Okay, so we've got our body all completely flushed up now, and while we still have the router table set up, we've just put in our round over a bit, and we're going to do a round over on the top and the bottom of the body. So we'll just fly through that now really quickly. So that's our body done on the router table now. We've got our round over done. So we've got a bit of sanding to do, but the only other jobs we have left to do are to fit the neck, work out our bridge position, and drill our 2 control holes. Also have to do our output jack. But other than that, the body is almost completely done. So we'll just press on ahead now. So as we said, the body is almost done. We just have a couple of more holes to drill. We're going to be drilling from the pickup cavity into the control cavity, and we're also going to be drilling where our bridge ground is going to go, but we're not going to drill that just yet until we have our bridge completely marked out its position, and we can work out where to put the ground then. And then we also have to drill out 2 holes for our controls as well as our output jack. So to begin with, we're just going to drill this first hole here from our pickup cavity into our control cavity, and we've just got our extra long drill bit here. This is an aircraft grade one, so we've just got the drill at the end, and then it's smooth all the way, so it shouldn't cut up the body or anything like that. And this should be a relatively straightforward drill. So that's done now, so we can move on. So we're just marking out now where our 2 controls are going to go. So we've just made a few measurements on that, just to get them both nicely centered and even. So we're going to put the 2 of those there. So we just made 2 small marks here, and we're just going to go ahead and just put a little indentation for the drill bit to dig into, and then we'll drill down through now. So before we get on to our painting and final finishing, we're just going to work out our bridge position, and so we can get the screw holes for that drilled, and we can also drill our ground wire once we have that position sorted. So we've just got our ruler on here in place, and we've just got our 12th fret mark here, and we double that then, and that gives us our full scale length, which is 34 inches. So we've just got our bridge pretty much centered here and just on the 34 as well. So we can just use our center line here as well, just to get things properly centered. But we're just going to run two bass strings, two old strings, and we've just put in two tuners here, and we'll just get that up reasonably to tension, and we'll just work out exact side to side position to make sure our strings aren't overhanging either side. So we'll just throw those strings on now and get that lined up. So we've just got our bridge here, and we've got our center line marked, and we've also got where our scale length is, as we said, our 34. So this might be very difficult to see, but we're just holding that on there, and we're just lining up our string along our nut up here, just making sure we're not overhanging on the edge, and doing the same on the other end. So we're absolutely perfect there. And just judging the bridge here, we're directly on the center line and nice and parallel and square. So with that in place, we can then mark our screw holes and get ready to drill those holes in. So we've got our holes here for our bridge screws, and you can see we're going right down the center line, so we're nice and centered and we're nice and square here as well. So we can just line up our bridge there again, just with all these holes, and you can see we're nice and square with this parallel line here at the front, or perpendicular line, sorry, and again we're nice and square on the center. So we can drill those holes now, and we'll attach our bridge and just put on our two outside strings then, just to doubly make sure everything is perfect. So we've got our two outer strings on now, and we've got our alignment absolutely fine. So that all lines up perfectly. So we can now dismantle everything and get ready for painting and finishing.